Okay, today I'm talking about three 1970s Swedish films, all directed by Ingmar Bergman, starring Liv Ullman and Erland Josephson. And the names of those three films are Scenes from a Marriage, Face to Face, and Cries and Whispers. A first up is Scenes from a Marriage. This is a 1974 film, and the basic premise is pretty much what the title says. It's a series of standalone scenes all about these two people's relationship. And it's good. It's definitely good. Like, the acting is incredible. Like, there were so many times where I was just blown away by the performances. And the story was definitely interesting. My issue is more so the length of everything. Like, the entire movie is nearly 3 hours, and I could just feel that length. And on top of that, like, each individual scene kind of went on for forever. It really made me feel like I would have enjoyed this more had it been like a mini-series, which there is a remake from 2021 starring Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain that is a mini-series. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things. So I do kind of wonder if that would have been a better format. Technically, that would have been longer, but it would have been more broken up. But I did enjoy it a good solid amount as is. So I would recommend it, but I would honestly kind of recommend breaking it up, either doing like one story, one chapter at a time over the course of like a week or so, or just kind of doing it in big chunks of like half-an-hour chunks or something like that. If you can sit through all of it in one sitting, that's great. All the more power to you. It was difficult for me though, so that's just why I throw out the word of warning. It's definitely good though. Next up is Face to Face. This is a 1976 film, and the basic premise is there is this woman psychologist who, for half the movie, does basically nothing. Then a bad thing happens to her and it gets a little weird, but then in the second half of the movie, it's incredible. She has like a big breakdown, and everything after that is just really, really great. So yeah, I'm definitely more mixed on this film, because like I really love Liv Ullman. She's such an incredibly talented actor, and the director is really solid. Though I don't always understand his films, I do tend to like them. This one, it's just, I don't know, there was just so much nothing in the first half, and then I got kind of bored, and then like the bad thing that happened just kind of came out of nowhere and was weird, and I feel like she handled it weird, but then she like had a breakdown, and I'm like, okay, now things are good and interesting. So I don't know. It was definitely a mixed bag. Like the first half, I would probably just put in like the meh category is where I was leaning to, but the second half was borderline to really liked. It was kind of fantastic. So would I recommend this movie? No, it's good, but like that first half was just rough for me, so I can't really recommend it. And lastly is Cries and Whispers. This is a 1972 film, and the basic premise is there are these three sisters, one of which gets sick, and it's clear that she's gonna die soon, so the sisters are just kind of keeping watch. There's also a chambermaid who acts basically like a sister because she may or may not have a lesbian relationship with the woman who's dying. Now, it's interesting, but I had problems with following it. Like, there are a lot of flashbacks, and I was able to finally like piece together what all the flashbacks were, but I was confused with everyone's relationship, because like we were getting flashbacks explaining people, but I'm like, I don't understand how everyone's connected. Are they all sisters? I didn't understand like the chambermaid thing, and then she whipped out her boob at one point, and I'm like, this is what is happening. I don't get this. But then I was able to figure it out. The title is very apt. There's lots of crying. There's some whispering, but there is lots of crying. Felt a bit much. I definitely still liked this movie, but it just really didn't click with me. So yeah, it was fine and interesting enough, but it's not a film that I'm ever gonna revisit. Like, it's okay. Would I recommend it? Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Scenes from a Marriage sitting at number 98 in the quite like section. And then after that is Face to Face sitting at number 105 in the liked section. And then bringing up the rear is Cries and Whispers sitting at 120, also in the liked category. And this out of a total of 153 old movies so far this year.